And I'm back. Hello everyone. Don't know how long I'll be able to go today. I'm quite tired. My voice is not doing great. I don't really know what I'm doing. But as this is unfortunately likely to be the last opportunity to stream Disco Elysium for a while, I figured I should at least get a little one in. Give us some time to cool off. I should probably use a health charge, just in case I take some damage from a red check or something. And then... oof. Interfacing 2. All I have for that is these gloves, right? I can see making that switch actually. I don't really need drama right now, but getting up to 4 would be pretty nice. Okay, so if I want to do this, I probably have to put both remaining points into interfacing and take a hit of amphetamines. That gets me up to +6. Is it worth it to avoid some off-screen sadness? Let's put in 1 point. Hit up the drugs. What are my chances? 58%. And I don't get to retry. So if I fail, I'll have to actually screw these guys over just to make Everard happy. And I despise Everard. There might be some situational bonuses you can get on it, but I'm not sure what they would be. Maybe if I got one of the signants, one of the people to sign it, but not the other. I feel like that might not help. Or I could talk to them more. No, I'll just put the last point into it and see what we can get. And resist the urge to save scum, I guess. Failure. It appears you have drawn a line instead of a signature. A puny line. Looks like the late stages of dementia. Have I ruined the document? No, it's just a line. Forgery obviously isn't your strong suit. Sorry for suggesting it. If you get someone to actually sign this, it should be fine. That was a lot of resources spent for a fat load of nothing. Ah well. Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. Aye, aye, I can feel it. Oh, I hate this so much. Chat, what do you think? Am I allowed to just reload? I kind of feel like games mean more if you never do that. But then this game has never actually killed me. So, what's saving and loading for, if not... But then if you're just beating dice rolls... He has a pen and everything. She takes it from you, a doubtful look in her eyes, collects it and places the tip on the paper. She gives the document one more look, then shakes her head, signs it and hands it back to you. Here you go. Wait, why did you sign it? I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have. Ah, that's slipping into the American one again. I. Feels like. I shouldn't have. I mean, it's Everard, so it's probably a mistake. Probably. But it's youth centre and... I. Feels like. It's youth centre and I have children. Gotta give them something to do. They're cute and small now, but they're growing up fast. I had my first drink when I was 11 because I was so bored. Anyhow, you also need Isabel's signature. Why can't I stick with the Lillian's voice? If I've heard it, I'm not too bad at it, I feel. The sea's gonna calm down soon. The sea's gonna calm down. The sea's gonna calm down soon. If it's a bad idea, she won't sign. You'll find she's a tougher nut to crack than me. What's my motor carriage in the sea, by the way? Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea? An official investigation has been launched by me to determine just that, ma'am. That's great. Until then, maybe you should start thinking about the funeral. You're suggesting we honour the carcass of my former motor carriage? Aye, feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all. What an odd thought. Maybe I should. Why odd? Our things are part of our life world. They're made with human sweat and they share human history. We should care about them as we care about humans, to some extent at least. Life world? Someone's been reading up on last century Gotwaldian philosophers. Play it cool now. Alright, I'm in. But organising a funeral takes a lot of time and effort, doesn't it? Oh yeah. You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early June, and where are you going to bury it? Who to invite? What music to play at the wake? Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals. It's easiest to just leave them there and let nature take care of it. That's all we have time for right now, anyway. The Lieutenant looks at you sympathetically. Come back here in June and see how you feel about it then. It's not like it's going anywhere. It's not like it's going anywhere. It's a pity we don't get to do more frivolous side activities, like rejuvenate the doomed commercial area, or... The Lieutenant looks at you almost gently. Yes, that is a pity. But for now, let's focus on the things we do get to do, like the murder investigation, for example. He liked the Capri funeral idea. Small children, Lillian's twin. The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old. Lillian's other twin. The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth. You must be Lillian's twins. This one doesn't say anything, kicking the concrete with his worn-out sneaker. Lily's our mum, explains the other one, tongue still lolling out of his mouth. I already said that. The stone kicker laughs suddenly. His head is too large for his shoulders. The other one laughs as well. Maybe there's some kind of reason why they laugh. Maybe there's... If anyone has any ideas on what kind of voice Inland Empire should have, I'm all ears. Well, ironically, I am not ears in this case. It doesn't give you a voice. Maybe there's some kind of reason why they're laughing. An interesting reason, somehow tied to the case. That kind of feels good. An interesting reason, somehow tied to the case. Speaking in a kind of jumpy fashion. What are you laughing about? The boy stops laughing and looks at his toes. Oh, okay. So now he's shy. Now he's not talking, just wobbling around like he's afraid of something. You guys look identical. The stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something to be scared of. The obvious fact that you just stated. He looks just like me, the other one says. Yeah, I said that. The boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock. Both of their hair is covered in some kind of dirt. The rock kicker was just being shy, but now he's enthusiastic again. You're bad with kids, the lieutenant remarks with evident glee. I am, yes. Don't worry, everyone is. He looks at the little scruffy and then at you. How about we do some police work now? We're not getting anything here. Children are stupid. Ha ha, the scruffy-haired little kid laughs as though in agreement. You're stupid, the other one tells him, suddenly very serious. Okay, how about the policeman asks you something else now? Okay, the scruffy-haired boy squints up at you, but we're just back to the... Oof. Oof, it's bad news bears. For these kids. A flower trough where nothing really grows. Maybe in spring.
Our tenant, the policeman.
Our
I
tenant.
hope the
The
waves
police.
don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
I got Lillian's signature. Will you sign the papers now? Lillian should let her sword make her decisions. The girl just doesn't have the head for it. She lets out a chortle, coarse like a raven's cow. Raven's cow? Did they mean caw? Cry? These things happen. Either way, I won't sign. Wait, you promised. You need to check your facts, officer. Her bony finger is pointing at you, soapy water dripping on the skirt. I said no such thing. True. She only said she wouldn't even consider signing before Linnea. So it was a test. Aye. Lillian's not the only one who's too trusting. What do you have against the Union? I've seen it all before. You think they've got our interests at heart? Rich men are always selling poor men promises they never plan to keep. She pulls a dark red rag out of the bucket and puts it back. Then the poor get pushed out of their homes and the rich get a little richer. That's the way it goes. So no, I don't trust the fat man, and neither should you. She speaks with the authority of a leader. Hers is the final word around here. She is headstrong, but there is a slight hesitation in there. You may be able to convince her. I'm going to go and tell Everard that I couldn't get every signature. Or actually, maybe I can retry forging it now that I have one signature, even though it was red. No, I guess not. It's a long walk back. Still, I think we have to go and talk to Everard about it. I feel like if I just say, well, I couldn't get all the signatures, you know, real tough luck there. Everard is not going to be incredibly sympathetic and understanding and say, all right then, old chap. The swing is missing. No one's been here for a long time. Rust peels off the bent iron posts of the swing. The wind whistles through the skeleton of the small house behind you. There's desolation everywhere. Yet someone used to live here, laugh here, thought it was a good idea to build a swing even. What happened here? In this yard? The lieutenant looks at the small building. A flock of grey swallows takes off in the distance. Someone thought they could have a summer house in a bloc obscur for cheap. It didn't work out. They abandoned it about a decade ago. Wait, a bloc obscur? A black block, a part of the city left unrenovated after the war, or one that has fallen to gang violence, or has become inhospitable in some other way. So this part of the coast is a bloc obscur? Practically. It's not an official term in any way, but look around. No sewage, broken power lines, crime, drunks. I'm going to French crime, drunks. Life is tough in the blocks. It's no place to build a summer house. Maybe they left something useful behind? Yes, for you to pick up as part of the Jamrock Shuffle. It's not manners nagging, just an observation. We should move. I don't think we will solve the murder with forays into the urban hinterland, at least in this phase of the investigation. Shush, Kitsu. The wind is corralled with the 4-story buildings around this yard. I'll tell you when I'm here to solve murders. I want to look at little orbs. Glory, says the graffito, to the ghosts of us. Ugh. I spent 2 points on interfacing and have no use for it. Fuck. Maybe I'll find some other interfacing task and be like, yay, I can pass this one easily. That would be nice. Someone's left their music collection beneath the tarpaulin. Here we go. Tape, smallest church in San San. Progress. Progress. The A side has smallest church in San San written on it, while the B side is supposed to contain the instrumental version. Requires a boombox to play. There's no way to listen to tape without a working tape player or porter reel at hand. But even just holding the tape makes you feel a little sad. A little sad. A pawn shop would have a tape player. They do. And if I want to do that karaoke thing, I need about another 50 real. 52, wasn't it? Since the only way to get the speakers is to buy the ridiculously overpriced sneakers. So we're going to be talking to Everard. I may as well dress for a fight. Where am I going to get so much money? I guess mass sell-offs of all my stuff might get me most of the way there. 10, 11, 15, 16, 17, 20, 22. Yeah, selling a whole bunch of stuff would get me to, like, not that far. below the flyers the Union logo and demand democracy. Someone is habitually chilling next to the radio. I'm not sure what this room is actually for. I think it told me when I first came in, but I never understood. I don't have any calls to make, I don't think. Or, well, none that I should, perhaps. Kvalsund means whale fjord in Arden. I've increased one of my, it's encyclopedia. I guess the combination of being on smokes and getting a +1 from items has finally allowed me to start passing some encyclopedia checks. So I'm up to +3 from this. Need 18. There's no way I'm gonna... Unless there's some big boost you can get somehow, I don't think I'm persuading the door to open. I unlocked a new dialogue for you.
Oh, hey, mister. I need you back to talk with old Lear here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Louise said when she opened a bar place in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before the ratings get back. And a lot of folks really did keep coming back.
I have some questions for you, that's not too much trouble. No trouble at all, mister, no trouble at all. It's like that old saying goes, wisdom withers if not shared, and old Leo is always up for sharing. Are you the Leo who wrote the note to make more banners? Oh yes, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht. What was that about the borscht? Oh yes, I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started. He chuckles merrily. It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. He shakes his head with a wide smile. I feel like I could take on Mr. and Harden's poor dogs every time the lunch is done. Come on, electrochemistry. Fucking... I can't change my clothes right now. It was probably never going to be so hard that I couldn't do it, but we came a little close. Power borscht, huh? Never heard of a borscht that turns little guys into dogfighters. Alcohol, however. What do you mean by taking this soup to the men? Is it for striking? Yes, yes, I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. We brew it in the whirling in rags. Hold up, who makes it the whirling? Oh, the whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad. It looks like the borscht is spiked. I'm going to have to look into it. Oh, sure, Mr. Shaw. You do that, yes, sir. He didn't actually understand what he meant, and now he's just nodding along. As annoying as it is running from one end of the map to the other, it doesn't actually take any in-game time, so I guess the fact that conversations take way longer than they realistically should kind of is factored into running taking no time when it should realistically be much longer. Oh yeah, he wanted us to mail it as well. But I don't have the option of... Looking into your shady brew. I don't know what that means, Harry. Shady brew? There are so many moving parts in my operation I can't keep track of them all. You know what? Don't even tell me. Whatever it is, do it. Surprise me. Just one thing. If you can, make it even shadier. He sincerely has no idea what you are talking about, and he doesn't care either. So, what happens if I just go and put the envelope in the mailbox? I don't know. Okay, so at 9 on the evening of this day, we were going to go and meet with Martin Martinez. Or try to. Let's go and have a word with the whirling people about the borscht. And mañana, actually, will be nearby.
Hola, wandering man. How can I help you?
I guess I don't get that option. Maybe I have to speak to the cook first. I can't remember where I was on the speak to the... Leo said you're friends with Mañana. Is that true? The mention of Mañana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. Then he falls silent again. They're friends. What's in that borscht you're making there? The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his and then seems to wait for you to speak. Yes. The man looks at you, then at the soup. His face lightens up. He picks up a bottle from the shelf. Barz need more vodka? Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the Union. Oh, of course, vodka. That makes it a very, very special borscht indeed. Turn it up and then ask for some yourself. Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. This place is a powder keg. I mean, on the one hand, this might cause like a riot. On the other hand, yeah, turn it up. He smiles, nodding vigorously, then pours half a bottle of vodka into the pot. With a whistle, he stirs the brew. Oh, I see. Could I have some of that brew? Item gained. Alcohol, Goresi's brew. He smiles and nods enthusiastically. Stay masculine. I am always happy to gain stuff. Yeah, it's as good as a bottle of wine. I'm glad I turned it up. Wait. Hang on, am I supposed to be being less alcoholic? Oops. Man, I've been passing all the light conversation checks trivially lately. It's true what they say, kids. Doing drugs is good for you. I don't have any points. I used them all. I should put 1 point into visual calculus and redo that, really. How much do I need in order to get one? Oof. And obviously I could equip all of my gear that actually makes VizCal work, and use another one of my precious cigarettes that I've been going through like they're candy, I suppose. If I just mail it anyway. But the documents inside the envelope still lack the required signatures. It's not going to be that easy. We need to dirty our hands with the signatures. I assume that's the goal here. So I can try lying to Everard, but last time that was like a drama check of approximately 10 gazillion. Now, with +2 drama from that, and some other items that improve drama, like the insane mesh tank top, which I have to admit, in combination with the necktie and the jacket, is oh yeah, that's the look, that's the style, baby. That's next level Harriet Dubois. Now, are you ready to see me fail a red check again and be forced into... Actually, what even will happen when I fail the next red check? Apart from I will heal a point of morale. Because my thoughts are powerful. Is the weather random, or... I feel like it must be random. There doesn't seem to have been any pattern to it. If it were deliberately coded in for certain times of day and stuff, I would expect it to be more of a mood building thing. You know, it would rain or snow harder when you're doing badly, or at critical...
This is the bar every winter.
member of the board.
That's right, Mr. Dubois. I see the Socialist Democratic Cavour now burns in your heart too. How can I help you today?
I did it, Everard. I made it even shadier. What? The shady brew. Oh, how could I forget your little side project? Well done, Harry. Well done. Don't even tell me what it was, but good job. I love it when workers take the initiative like this. So do I. That's one tasty brew. You should drink some right now if you can. I mailed the signatures you asked me to get. No, you didn't. I know the mailman, Harry. I know everyone and everything that happens in this town, and I know there's no letter in that mailbox yet. Just like I know you'll get it done once you stop horsing around. Let me know when it's done. That's super frustrating. I'm getting railroaded. Or motorwayed, maybe. Did I set motorway south going? I did. But it's quite a long one. It's quite an extremely long one. And it's hitting me with that -1 visual calc. Because I gave up on trying to count the footprints, even though that is looking increasingly important. Thank you, Sector Alpha Network bot? Cosmo, is that you? I can never tell. I suppose if it were a bot, it would be one that he had custom coded, so... What's the difference? Oh yeah, I should change my getup out of the, Interesting. Style that I had going there. Wait, I didn't think that. Wasn't I supposed to do something important? Something murder related? There's always something important. Doesn't mean you can't take a moment to admire this piece of machinery. Kuprikanima. Even at a standstill, the unibody Kuprikanima looks sleek and dynamic. The cabin is tilted frontward to give it a more aggressive, hunched look. It looks ridiculous. I'm sorry, the cars in this world look stupid. This isn't an alternative way that technology could go. This is just dumb. It's not aerodynamic. It's not cool looking. This is just silly. Someone has waxed it recently. Machinery puts the loco back in locomotion. Very cool. Lieutenant smiles ever so slightly. You want to take a closer look? It looks like I needed to have some minimum perception to get this before, and now it's slightly ridiculous. What's it packing there? 130. I'm serving some serious macaroni. You lost me there. He's looking perplexed. 130 kilowatts is a lot of power. Kim. The Knima is fast. Feels right at home on the raised motor track. Hard to find something that could overtake it. A fine machine. Yes. There's a gentleness in the lieutenant's voice as his eyes run over the vehicle's contours. An extraordinary machine. It's nice and all, but why so modest? Put some zing in it. Flare it up. Slam it down. Electrochemistry, you've destroyed one car already. It's a bit girly right now, fitted with some proper off-road components. With a winch and mud tyres, we can take it off the beaten path, Kim. We are not going to, though, because this is clearly a sports motor carriage. Sounds like he has a strong concept of what this machine is. Okay, let's move. That was just a nice conversation. So, to progress then with this ridiculous signature collecting quest, I would actually need to pass the ridiculous suggestion check with old lady over here. Which, given my psyche specialization, the thought giving me extra psyche from speed, and if I equip everything that gives me suggestion, this one, anything that's reducing suggestion? Not as such. I think I'd have pretty decent odds on doing that.
Our tenant, the police.
Yeah, 72%.
I hope the waves don't
Now,
keep you up at night.
Frustratingly,
What
that's
could I help you with?
that's the same as what the forging was, which I failed frustratingly. Man, I wonder if there would be some. There must have been some way to make that check possible. I'm so. I don't want to do that. But I've backed myself into a corner. There's nothing else left, is there? Unless I just want to abandon that quest. Maybe I do. Maybe I just want to go and talk to Joyce instead. Well, I needed to talk to the racist driver first. Yeah, and find out about... Maybe I should have. I don't know. And it just keeps snowing and snowing. I wonder what's the deepest it can get to. The snow that builds up on the ground, I mean.
Looking for something, Runt? Huh? Coming to tell me to fuck off again?
I know you've been giving the running round. Fess up, where's the lady driver? I don't know what you're talking about. First, you knew Sealang didn't do it. He did something. He stole his employer's goods and another lorryman's job. You should be thankful for the tip. He's been expecting this. He's really puffed himself up. Do I need to max out authority for this? That'll be difficult given how many thoughts I have that are reducing it. Then why are you smirking? Listen up, fuckwits. You don't scare me. Your cops don't run Revachol West. You don't run Martinez. You don't run anything. So who does? You? No. Lieutenant turns to the lorryman. He means La Puta Madre. The name resounds like a bell in the air. A dark gong. You get a bad feeling about it. Looks like the lieutenant has a plan. Let him do this. For a moment, the lorryman is silent. He spits on the pavement. Yeah, him. Cross your arms and nod. Then I presume you're familiar with his peones? Yeah. What do you fuck with? Yeah, they're his little bitches. He's got them all over the unions. Not just the unions. He has peone everywhere. Some say he even has them in the RCM. Dirty fucking peones who'd do anything for him. Multi-ethnic drug addicts. Say nothing. You're not peones. You wouldn't be investigating a drug thing if you were. No, of course not. We're not peones. But if we were, and one of the Madra's drivers were to be stealing from him, then it's a good peone's job to find out who that is. It's not a hard job. It won't take a long time. It won't make Padre Madre angry. He looks at... But a fucking stupid racist is standing in the way, protecting this fucking thief. His eyes dart between you and the lieutenant. I'm not scared of you or the mob. I'm under the protection of the Lorryman and Carters Guild. You've seen that corpse in the ceramic armor there. Did his shitty little guild protect him? Nah, you would not leave him out there if you... He tries to light a fresh cigarette, but his hands are shaking now. The sentence simply ends. Lieutenant turns and gives you a barely perceptible nod. I've softened him up as best I could. Now it's on you to finish the job. Be careful. This man's still got some fight in him by the looks of it. It won't be easy to break him. Half light. I don't really have anything that's reducing that, right? Oh no, my fancy coat does not help. I feel like I had some other things that would have helped a little bit. Well, I guess drinking. Drinking always helps. No, that's... How many drinks do I have? 1, 5... Let's booze it up.
Looking for something, Hunt? Huh?
Again, 72%.
Off again?
Maybe I shouldn't have told him to fuck off. Or I probably should have. It felt right. Double 6. Waste of good alcohol. Men like this only respect two things: strength and fear. Time to turn up the volume. Show me her lorry right fucking now. The lady driver's lorry. Where is it? Fuck you, I told you, I'm not gonna... There, his voice grows smaller as yours. I've been to your fucking lorry, I know where it is. I'm gonna burn it down, you hear me? Look, fuck you, man. It's some lorry down there, green banged up thing. I don't know who she is. When did she go away? I don't know. I don't even know her name. She just rolls with the fleet and acts like a big shot. Some dag, probably. I haven't seen her for days. Now it's not a big deal for him anymore. This is how he saves face. Where exactly is the lorry? Past the monument down there. The green tempo. Now leave me the fuck alone, okay? A small tempo by the monument. Green. Let's get into that lorry. Looks like he got his adrenaline up too. I'm going. I feel like I should talk to Kim about that.
Yes.
Never mind. I guess it does give you a little icon on the icon. The screen found A to Z contemporanean is parked in the shadow of the ruins looming overhead. It's seen better days. This must be the one he told us about, unless he was lying. Let's peek in the window. The glass on the side windows is tinted and covered with dust. You can barely make out the shape of a seat and two steering levers. It feels like you're peeking into someone's home residence. Inside it's private, cozy, warm, dusty too. Let's try the door handle. The door is locked. The handle looks shiny, like it's recently replaced. There's no picking this lock. The owner has put special care into it. It's a recessed design. How are we going to get this open again? Use the pry bar to smash the window. Open it from the inside. Really? This has been hard enough. No need to make it any harder. I mean, I don't like the idea of breaking into some random person's truck. really don't like the idea. Oh well. Oof. Prybar in hand, you take a hard swing at the window. A loud thunk rings out and the prybar bounces back, leaving a tiny spiderweb on the glass. God damn, maggot! Drag your ass to the gym and do some reps right now! The window appears to be shatterproof. No, it's not shatterproof. Give me that. He takes the prybar from you and gestures you to step back. Then, with little warning, he smashes it into the window. Droplets of glass fly everywhere, shattering over the lorry floor and pavement. You can just reach in now. Nice. He nods and gives the tool back. It went better than I expected. Open it from the inside. The door. The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near the pedals. There's something odd about the passenger seat. The seating fabric has been pulled tight over the lower side of the seat where the toolbox should be. My, the posters. These are movie posters featuring starlets from long-forgotten films, from the 20s, the teens, even the 90s of the last century. One of them particularly catches your eye, a centerfold of an ingenue attached right above the back seat. I think it's ingenue actually, but whatever. There's definitely perfume in the air. It's spicy with a hint of ambre wafting through the bitter air of the cabin. Stop and wonder, what's that smell? The remnants of a sweet, juniper-scented perfume, probably granite number 5. Study the centerfold. The actress is draped in a sheath dress, one of her shoulders bared. The faded remains of an autograph run across the poster. She's looking past the camera. A feeling of tenderness washes over you, a longing even, perhaps, and gentle tragedy. Wait, doesn't she resemble someone you know? But you can't put a finger on whom exactly. Enough of that. The actresses and the rare actor all smile you a warm goodbye. A radio transmitter is attached to the dashboard and a toolbox sits under the driver's seat. Let's have a look at the toolbox. A metallic drawer slides out from the seat. It's empty except for a folded newspaper. Unfolded. It's an issue of Peripherica from last Wednesday. A piece of paper falls out from its pages. Pick up the note. It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine. Complex mathematical equations explain the basics of something called the Ulan frequency system. These formulas look oddly painful. Maybe it's the hangover, but they give you a headache. The lieutenant leans over your shoulder to examine the note. The Ulan frequency system. I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UKV, but his thought trails off. Push in the pull-out toolbox. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. The rest is as it was. Posters, radio, dust on the windows. Check the pedals. You wedge yourself under the steering wheel to get a better look. Seems like a few tools lying around here. A hammer, a pair of pliers, a rusty wrench have been casually thrown there by the disorganized driver. But one odd detail does catch your eye. A piece of sandpaper has been glued to the throttle. Logic. Sandpaper adds extra grip. Looks like the driver has glued a sandpaper to the throttle to offer extra grip. Sandpaper. A novel technique. The movie stars are still smiling from the walls. There's something strange about the passenger seat. The radio transmitter sits in the center console and the pull-out toolbox lies hidden under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near the pedals. Peel off the cover on the passenger seat. Voila. A stack of neatly folded papers has been stashed behind the seating fabric. You see 3 maps depicting a large metropolitan area. Its Revachol, some of its routes and highways have been outlined with a pen. Bonne prise, the lieutenant commends you as you shift through the treasure, well worn and folded into neat squares. Fold open the topmost map. This large map displays the elevated motorway called 881. The intake leading to Martinez is marked with a blue X. There's another X on the off-ramp at a place called the Old South. Toll booths at the intakes are marked with a circle. It looks like there are a scant few ways of getting onto the elevated motorway that runs over Jamrock, and this person knows them all. There, hundreds of thousands of motor carriages roar on the 881, high above the mass of brown and red roofs that is Jamrock. The commuters don't even look down. The world ceases to exist outside the windshield. Where does the road lead? To Coron, through the middle-income neighbourhoods there, by the river, and then to Stella Maris and La Delta for work, while the men and women of Jamrock scuttle to their fates below the road. Fold open the second map. This municipal map from the 30s displays a complex system of storm sewers underneath a sub-district called the Pox, Old Military Hospital, right adjacent to the 41st Precinct. No storm will ever drown Revachol, the great solution to the riddle of history. Wind rips through the empty hallways of the once great military hospital, now just a ruin under an overgrown park. Beneath the hospital, great sewer tunnels hum and vibrate with life of their own. What is that sound? The rattle of motor carriages and lorries driving through long-forgotten tunnels, lit by gas lights. The third map. The final map displays a labyrinth of service tunnels left over from the construction of motorway 881. A few routes have been marked with a pen, where the tunnels and sewers surface near the eminent domain and a traffic island in central Jamrock by the lake. These service tunnels were probably used during the construction of the foundation beneath the motorway. Despite the cold, figures move about cloaked in shadow, their breath escaping in white clouds that fade into the darkness. Wherever you look, the night gives cover to her messengers. Where are they going? They travel from eminent domain to perdition and on to the main, over the river Esperance, on Route 81 to the Old South. The exit ramp is supposed to be shut down, but there's much activity. The road spreads like the tentacles of a great octopus. What does this all mean? It means that the smugglers are secretly using the motorway to transport their goods and materials. They've infiltrated East Motor Tract most likely. The RCM patrols most of these auxiliary roads, though apparently not all of them. Where does the contraband end up? Hard to say. This distribution network certainly looks extremely large. Looks certainly large, even how did I get those words out of it? Yet still vague enough, it doesn't reveal much about the Besmati behind it. Besmati? That sounds vaguely familiar. A Besmati is a Revacholian crime syndicate. They see themselves as the inheritors of the 14 Revacholian Indo tribes, but really they're just violent gangs vying for control on the west side of Revachol. With cool names, he adds with contempt, like La Puta Madre and Ahura Mazda. It's a dark parody. Let's be clear, Ahura Mazda, cool name. Who do you think is behind this? It's definitely not the Union. They just do some logistics. This operation has spread everywhere in Jamrock. If it's that widespread, then Madra remains the most likely suspect. Here's bad news. The lieutenant removes his glasses and polishes them with a handkerchief. There have been attempts at a serious investigation before, but they haven't ended well for those involved. Especially bad news for cops who may have something in their past they don't even know is there. Somewhere on a hidden field, a flash of light, a whirring sound. Camera lenses focus on a man in a ragged police uniform standing in a field of blood-red poppies. A blurry figure dressed in white stands right by the camera. The bedraggled cop is holding a manure fork. "Don't hurt me," he whispers. "But why? Why would I hurt my own pione?" asks the man in white. "What kind of an animal would do such a thing?" Lieutenant nods. Best not to disturb the scene. I'll have forensics go over the lorry and pick these up later. Let's examine the radio. Looks like the frequency dial is absent. It requires a key to work, but the key has been removed, likely by the missing lady driver. The lieutenant leans close to the radio and hums. Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least. Why would anyone need so many radio stations? For contacting an entire fleet of lorrymen, for example. He flicks a switch on the radio. This is all shortwave. UW and UKV. Looks like we're dealing with an impressive organizational tool, the nerve center of a huge operation. With quite the range, too. A 20-kilometer radius at least, perhaps extended by an attachable antenna that's not here right now. Is there anything we can do with the radio? Doesn't look like it. It's completely inoperable without the dial key. What else is here? Ghostly actresses and the rusty toolbox under the driver's seat, and the oddly bulging seat cover. I guess we've done everything, right? Great, I think we've got everything. A word, detective, before we return to Joyce?
All right, we're finished.
We have
Let's
finished.
quickly debrief and go over what we found, so we don't do it and finish it later.
Seems like something police would do. What do you think of all this, Kim? Honestly, I'm quite worried by what we've seen so far. The evidence seems to point to a rather extensive and well-organized operation. I'm especially intrigued by that radio transmitter, particularly the sheer number of stations it can connect. Looks like this alleged drug trade casts a wide net. I'm not sure what the Ulan frequencies are all about, but they may hold some significance. Perhaps it's a better way to connect between fleets while avoiding frequency bleed, or maybe it's used to tap into RCM networks. Listening in on your calls? Between you and your station? A worrying prospect. Oh, and the maps we found. They reveal the geographical extent of the operation. Looks like they've used abandoned tunnels and access roads to stay hidden. This is useful info. What about the movie posters? As elegant as they are, I don't think they are relevant to the drug trade. Don't be fooled. Desire always plays a role. Not of women there, especially for a lady driver's cabin. Yes, well... unimportant? I think this is connected to the Union. We didn't find anything conclusive linking them to the smuggling operation, but somehow I doubt that Everard Clare would be oblivious to something like this happening right under his nose. My suggestion is, we use it against the Union in any way we can, to our own ends. It's a slippery eel, but we just might be able to pin them down indirectly, down the road. Will the RCM open an investigation into this? We should return to the murder case. See what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we're done for the day, I'll call my station and suggest our narcotics department look into it. There are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation, sometime later when we're done here. We do not want to get caught in that. What are you thinking? The fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause. An investigation, I mean. Especially if the Madra grouping is involved, and I can't imagine they aren't. It's certainly worrisome. Corruption? All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the matter. That won't help anyone either. Okay, debrief over. Phew. What on earth has re-unlocked the... Oh yeah, I put a bunch of points into conceptualization for some dumb reason. Someone asking to talk to me?
Saw you poking around in Lady Driver's lorry. She in trouble?
No trouble, she's going to be fine. Oh man, that's like a load off my mind. All that stress was messing up my rhymes. What's the plan with those rhymes anyway? Oh, you know. The thought lightens up. Tommy Laham's gonna be a musician. Sprechgesang, but with beats. I've got a lot of free time on the road to hone my craft. Why Tommy Laham? Tommy Laham was taken. He shrugs in a what can you do manner. My real name is Jerry Lafitte. Tommy's way better. It's more him. I had another question actually. No, actually I didn't. Boosting conceptualization was worth it so that I could get the rhymes from him. Was this the sunglasses? I forget.
The shine on those sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
It's still only 17%. But then I think I can boost conceptualization a little further. That truly is a horrific necktie.
The shine on those sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
The chances are I'm not going to buy any glasses anyway. So I don't know why I'd want to put a whole bunch of points into lime-coloured cellophane visor. Yeah. I kind of get why that one's a conceptualization check at least. Right? You're trying to find something that you can sort of artistically work into your unique police officer look. I'm going to have to call it quits, I think. I know it's been a very short stream, and I know I'm not going to be available to stream again for a little while, as there's going to be some Path of Exile events, which I may stream content for, or perhaps I won't. There's a good chance I'll be back next Wednesday with further Disco Elysium streaming. Until then, everyone, good luck and have fun.